Hello friends, and welcome back to the Humus Heritage. If you're joining us today, you're about to discover one of nature's most powerful secrets for transforming your soil from the ground up. We're diving deep into neem, an ancient tree that has been quietly revolutionizing gardens and farms for thousands of years, and I promise you by the end of this guide, you'll understand why this humble plant deserves a starring role in your own gardening journey. Beneath our feet lies an unseen crisis that too many gardeners overlook. Our soils are tired. Decades of chemical fertilizers, synthetic pesticides, and intensive farming have stripped away the living vitality that once made Earth truly fertile. We've been chasing quick fixes while the foundation of our gardens slowly crumbles. But here's where our story takes a hopeful turn. Long before modern agriculture existed, ancient civilizations in India discovered a tree so powerful, so multifaceted in its benefits, that they called it the village pharmacy. That tree is neem, and what it can do for your soil goes far beyond what most gardeners ever imagine. This isn't just another garden amendment. Neem represents a complete paradigm shift in how we can nurture the living ecosystem beneath our plants, bringing together nutrition, protection, and regeneration in one sustainable package. Let's talk about what makes neem so extraordinarily effective, because understanding the science helps us use it wisely. The secret lies in a cocktail of bioactive compounds, with azadirachtin leading the charge. This remarkable molecule works as a natural insect growth regulator, disrupting the life cycles of destructive pests while remaining remarkably gentle on beneficial organisms. But azadirachtin doesn't work alone. Nimbin and solanin join forces to create a defensive shield that confuses, repels, and ultimately controls the pests that would otherwise devastate your plants from below the soil line. When you incorporate neem cake, the solid residue left after extracting neem oil, into your soil, you're introducing a slow-release fertilizer packed with nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium, and sulfur. But here's where it gets fascinating. Neem acts as a nitrification inhibitor, which means it literally slows down the process by which nitrogen converts into forms that can escape as gas. Think of it as a time-release capsule for one of your soil's most critical nutrients. Your plants get a steady, sustained supply of nitrogen, rather than a quick burst followed by depletion. This is the difference between feeding your soil and truly nourishing it. The organic matter in neem works like a sponge in your soil structure, dramatically improving water retention, while simultaneously creating the air pockets that roots need to breathe and expand. As neem decomposes, it releases organic acids that help balance soil pH, particularly useful if you're battling alkaline conditions. Perhaps most importantly, neem becomes a catalyst for biological activity. It stimulates earthworms, those tireless soil engineers, and promotes colonies of nitrogen-fixing bacteria and beneficial fungi. You're not just adding nutrients, you're awakening an entire underground ecosystem. The systemic properties of neem are where the magic truly happens. When plants absorb neem compounds through their roots, they become internally protected. Imagine your tomatoes, peppers, or roses carrying their own natural defense system, making them unpalatable or toxic to pests that would feed on them. Meanwhile, fungal and bacterial pathogens like fusarium, wilt, root rot, powdery mildew, and black spot encounter a hostile environment. Neem's fungicidal and antibacterial properties create an invisible shield around your plant's most vulnerable parts. Now let's get practical, because knowledge without application won't transform your soil. If you're working with neem cake, the simplest approach is direct soil incorporation. During bed preparation, mix neem cake powder or granules thoroughly into your top 6 to 8 inches of soil. For established plants, use it as a top dressing, spreading it in a ring around the base of each plant and watering it in well. The decomposition process begins immediately, releasing nutrients and protective compounds exactly where your plants need them most. For targeted pest and disease control, particularly when dealing with root-feeding insects or fungal issues, a neem oil soil drench becomes your weapon of choice. Mix 1 to 2 teaspoons of cold-pressed neem oil with 2 to 3 tablespoons of Castile soap per gallon of water. The soap acts as an emulsifier, helping the oil blend properly. Pour this solution directly into the root zone using a watering can, ensuring thorough saturation. The plants will absorb the neem compounds systemically, creating that internal defense I mentioned earlier. This method is particularly effective against nematodes, grubs, and termites that conventional gardeners struggle to control without harsh chemicals. Don't overlook neem leaves as a resource. Fresh or dried neem leaves make excellent mulch, conserving moisture while slowly releasing pest-deterring compounds as they break down. Alternatively, add them to your compost pile to enrich the finished product with both nutrients and natural protective properties. Your compost becomes supercharged with the power of neem. If you're transitioning away from synthetic fertilizers, neem offers a bridge to organic growing. Gradually reduce your chemical inputs while increasing neem cake applications. The slow-release nature of neem ensures your plants don't experience nutrient deficiency during the transition. Over time, as your soil biology rebuilds, you'll find your plants become more resilient, more productive, and far less dependent on external inputs. While we often think of neem in terms of our backyard gardens, its potential for addressing global agricultural challenges cannot be overstated. In regions facing soil degradation and declining crop yields, neem has emerged as a cornerstone of sustainable agriculture. Farmers in India, Africa, and parts of Southeast Asia have documented remarkable turnarounds in depleted soils after incorporating neem-based amendments. Fields that once required increasing amounts of chemical fertilizers to produce meager harvests have been revitalized, producing abundant crops while supporting biodiversity. The environmental implications extend far beyond individual farms. Every gardener who chooses neem over synthetic pesticides and fertilizers reduces chemical runoff into waterways, protects pollinator populations, and contributes to carbon sequestration, as healthy soils lock away atmospheric carbon. Neem represents a pathway toward food security that doesn't demand we sacrifice environmental health. It proves that ancient wisdom and modern needs can align perfectly. Here's the truth that every gardener needs to embrace. The health of your plants begins inches below the surface, in the dark, teeming world of soil. Neem gives you the power to transform that hidden realm into a thriving ecosystem that sustains itself, protects itself, and produces abundantly season after season. This isn't a quick fix or a trendy product that will fade into obscurity. This is a time-tested, scientifically validated approach to building genuinely healthy soil. I encourage you to start experimenting with neem in your own garden. Begin with a small area, observe the changes, and expand as you see results. Share your experiences with fellow gardeners, because this knowledge becomes more powerful when we pass it forward. Together, we're not just growing better gardens. We're participating in a movement toward regenerative practices that heal the earth while feeding our families. If this guide has opened your eyes to the remarkable potential of neem, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss our deep dives into natural gardening solutions. Share this video with anyone who cares about healthy soil and sustainable growing. The more gardeners who discover these ancient solutions, the healthier our collective future becomes. Until next time, keep building that humus heritage, one handful of living soil at a time.